Hi everybody, it's Susan again, and my lollipop tutorial turned out so well that I decided to go ahead and do the next one that I was planning right away while I'm on a roll, and it seems to be working out for me. This is a variation on the lollipop flower, and I actually got this idea in part from another lady on YouTube, and I'm sorry I don't remember her username. I will look it up and post it down there so you can see that this one was not my idea, but I really liked it, so I want to share it with you. This is a lollipop, but it's got petals, and it's real easy to do. So we're gonna show you this one this morning. And again, I start out with just a square of fabric. Let me zoom out here. There we go. A square of fabric, and I might get a little off camera here, guys. I have to cut a circle out of this. Okay, there's my circle. And then what I do with these is I fold them in half this way, and then I fold them again, and I fold them in thirds. The bigger ones I'll fold in half a couple more times. The smaller ones I'll fold in thirds. You just kind of got to go by how big your flower is. And then I take my fabric scissors and I cut a single petal. It can be a little tricky with the small ones. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Now when you unfold it, you have roughly this. Then I take and I just snip, and you don't want to snip too deep. And this is what I found by doing these. If you snip these too deep, you end up with petals that just want to roll up into a ball, and you really can't use them for much. So I'm cutting in about a ½ inch roughly, just like that. You can see. And then I take my heat gun, because we know I'm really bad with a lighter. So I take my heat gun and shiny side up on these, and we're going to heat it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hold it and heat from the edges in. And sometimes I'll heat it just from the top like this, but most of the time I kind of hold it to the side. Let my heat gun heat up for just a second here. It usually works a little better. And I don't want to curl these a whole lot. You want them curled because you want that kind of crunchy look that I like. And there again, how much you choose to melt and curl these is up to you. It just depends on the look that you're after. And on the bottom layers, I don't curl them as much as I do on the upper layers. And you can see those individual petals will start to show. And then I always heat my centers. It kind of makes them crunch up, and I just like the look. And that's all there is to it. So I have one here that I've curled all my layers, and I found that these generally look better with more layers. This one I've got 3, 4, 7 layers it looks like. And again, I've cut my center. I'm going to separate these out so they're easier to pick up. So I think we all know how to assemble the silk flowers by now. Got your little center, and then you just go from the largest size to the smallest size. And again, I like my flowers to curl up on themselves, so I only put the glue right in the very center of each one. I don't tend to spread it out. I want them to curl up and look like a real flower. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with different things. I've got some different ideas coming up that I want to share with everybody. Now that I've figured out that these tutorials are not as scary as I was making them out to be. Whoops, pulled that one right off of there. There we go. I'm going to get the little glue strings off. Okay. And again, get my truly tacky towel out. There we go. And this one I am going to be using the Tattered Angels water slide to spray this one. I always spray my flowers with Glimmer Mist. I think I'm almost as addicted to Glimmer Mist as I am to Tim Holtz products. Love this stuff. I am forever spraying something. There we go. Whoops. And again, I'm going to dry this with my heat gun. And like I pointed out in the first video, you don't want to dry it from the very top. That will flatten the whole thing out and it will ruin your flower. You want to dry from the side like this. So I'm going to put my long tweezers in the center. And again, while it's still warm, I'm going to fluff it, give it some more shape. And these get fairly firm as well. And for the middle of this one, I am just going to use a plain bead. And this is a little trick that I've learned. I take my beads and I have a real sharp pair of tweezers. And hang on here, guys. And I hang on to it this way. And I've just found that it makes it easier to get my bead where I want it. I'm sorry, I'm off frame. Still learning. There we go. A little spot of glue on my bead. Open up my flower. And there we go. So there it is. Again, you can embellish this. You can add feathers or stick pins. You could add some leaves to it. We're just going to do the basic flower here today. There you go. Makes a really cute petal flower. There it is. Sorry for the growling on the camera. It's self-focusing. Here is a little larger one that I did earlier. Got a pearl button in the center of this one. But I really like the look of these. I like the little petals. They're a little different than the lollipops that I typically make. You can see them here together so you can see the difference. I can hear the camera growling. Sorry. There you go. But I really like the look. They're really cute. I will post the original video at the bottom here so that I give credit where credit's due. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. I really appreciate you watching my channel and supporting my new videos. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.